Hi, it's Frank Versace with Versace Real Estate, and today we've got a video market update with all the stats for the Winnipeg real estate market. Happy Mother's Day and stick around. All right, so we're gonna blast through the numbers here and get busy. Let's get to work and get through all the stats according to the Winnipeg Realtors. The numbers you're going to see in headlines today is that for April, the market is down about 5%. And the way that translates is that there's about 1,223 units that we sold this year versus last April was 1,283 units. So that gives us our down market there for the month of April. And of course, we're talking about unit sales, not pricing. Year to date, we're still doing okay. We're up about 2%. And the way that works out is 3,590 units sold so far this year to date up till April. Last year to date to April, were 3,511 units sold. So we are up year to date marginally by about 2%. Now let's break down houses versus condos. For houses so far, April versus this year versus last year, we're about on par. So units sold this year, 911 houses sold. Last April, 917 houses sold. Again, pretty much on par there. For volume, dollar volume, that's if you take all the sales prices of homes and add them up together, gives us our sales volume. We're about average, we're about on par there as well. So that's 302 million in sales volume this year. Last year, 301 million in sales volume. So that's pretty much even. For condos, so far this April versus last April, we're a little bit down by about 5% for condos. For unit sales, about 166 condos sold this April. Last year, about 174 condos sold in the month of April. So there's our down by about 5%. What about for dollar volume for condos, sales volume? Well, we're about on par there as well. $41 million worth of condos sold this year, $41 million worth of condos sold last year. So we're pretty much even, so to speak, for the market, houses versus condos. Just the units sold for condos are down, but nothing to be concerned about there. What about days on market? The language of real estate, people want to know after they ask, what is the price of the home? How long has it been on the market? DOM, days on market. That's what that stands for. And so far right now for houses in the month of April, we are looking at about 34 days to get a house sold. So that's just about a month's time. Condos, as we expect, are taking a little bit longer to sell, about 44 days. So about 10 days longer to get a condo sold than it takes for a house to get sold. Now, I want to talk a little bit about the price is going above, at, or below price. A lot of buyers want to know this. A lot of sellers want to know this. Of course, if you're a seller putting your house on the market, you want to know what are my chances of getting more money. If you're a buyer looking to purchase a property, you want to know what are my chances of paying less than the seller is asking for. Well, if you're a seller, you're going to be very, very happy to know that about 22% of all homes listed in the month of April sold for above the listed price. There was about 8% which sold right at the listed price number. So about 30% were selling at or above. Now, what about buyers? You want to know when am I going to get a good deal? How often am I getting a good deal? Well, 70% of the time, 70% are selling below list price. So that's good news for buyers. Basically, there's some good news for buyers, there's some good news for sellers. Everybody should be happy in this market. Let's take a look at the type of market. We call that the absorption rate. So let's figure out what type of market we're in. Well, right now we want to take a look at the active properties for sale, the properties that have sold, and how many months is it taking to clear out all the inventory, all the active listings. If no new listings came on the market, how long would it take to sell all those properties? Well, let's check out the housing market. For houses, there's 2,669 active listings right now. In the month of April, 911 properties sold that were houses. And so if you go 2,669 divided by 911, that's about 3 months worth of inventory. It would take 3 months to clear out all the houses in the market. Now, we're in a seller's market if it takes less than 3 months. We're in a balanced market if it's somewhere between 3 to 5 months, and we're in a buyer's market if it's taking more than 5 months. So with 3 months of inventory, we're actually in a balanced market for houses, right at the beginning stage of a balanced market, almost leaning into a seller's market. What about for condos? Well, there's 871 active condos for sale, lots of selection if you're looking for a condo. There was 166 units sold in the month of April. And if you go 871 divided by 166, that gives you 5 months worth of inventory to clear out all the active listings for sale. And so with 5 months of inventory, again, back to our trusty little chart, we're sitting squarely in a balanced market, somewhere between 3 to 5 months on the long end of a balanced market, potentially leaning into a buyer's market. Let's take a look at the high and the lows for the market. High price sold in the month of April, 2.1 million. Low price sold, 48,000. So again, that gives you the nice diversity of our market. We've got a lot of great high-end properties, luxury properties in the top end. And of course, we have some entry levels, potentially even teardowns in the bottom end. What about the total markets itself? Now, what we find for the month of April in terms of all the listed properties, we're finding that 28% of all listed houses for sale are listed between 200,000 and 300,000. And we're also finding that about 22% are listed under 200,000. So with 28% between 2 to 3 and 22% under 2, that basically means that 50% of the entire Winnipeg real estate market is listed at under $300,000. Now that makes for some great affordability when you kind of compare us to some other markets right across Canada. So lots of great value here in Winnipeg. Let's take a look at some price per square foot for houses versus condos. A lot of people like to see these numbers because they start running these numbers in their brain based on their price, based on the square footage of their house and the square footage of their condo. So right now in Winnipeg, the average house price is $332,000 and the average square footage is 1,350 square feet. So that gives us an average price per square foot of $246 per square foot for houses on average. What about for condos? Average condo price here in Winnipeg is $248,000 and average price per square footage on a condo is 1,107 square feet. So that gives us a price per square foot on average of about $224 a square foot for condos. Now, before you start running these numbers in your mind and figuring out what your place is worth, that is on average. Prices range for areas and for condition. And so you want to have a qualified realtor come out, take a look, get you a proper market evaluation. We do a very in-depth report and we'll show you all the homes that are available in your area, the same style, and we go through all the numbers with you so you can make a very educated decision about what's great and a good decision for you and your family. And if you do need any help, whether you're looking to buy, sell, or invest in real estate, or maybe you know someone looking to buy, sell, or invest in real estate, definitely give Versace Real Estate a call. Any one of our agents would love to be of service, and it would definitely be our pleasure to help you. Take care and stay positive.